Good evening, all my fellow Skolgers. Breaking news coming in today. Something we all kind of expected, I think, let's be honest. But Dalvin Cook officially released by the Minnesota Vikings. And it's a bittersweet day because Dalvin Cook, such a talented running back. You know, he's been a great leader on our team. Big fan of him. And obviously wish him the absolute best going forward wherever he lands. I understand the move. Having to move on from him. Contract situation. Running backs, you know, especially with a little bit of injury history. He's 27, so not like too old. But with the injury history, I don't want to use that too much of an excuse, though, because he's had, you know, a pretty healthy last couple of years, which is obviously great. And wish him the best in his career where he goes forward from here. But that being said, you know, freeing up some more space, cleaning out a lot of the old veterans. It's been a very bittersweet offseason, saying goodbye to Adam Thielen, Eric Kendricks, Patrick Peterson, even though he wasn't around a long time, you know, only a couple seasons, you know, sad to see him go. Now Dalvin Cook, you know, some key pieces. There's also rumors of Danielle Hunter being moved. We'll have to wait and see what develops there. There's one thing that's very unusual to me, though, with this Dalvin Cook release, is that they announced it yesterday that they were going to release him if they could not find a suitable trade partner. And in my opinion, like, what good does that do, making that known to the public? Because what team's going to then make you an offer for a trade when they know that he's just going to be released the next day anyways? I'm a little confused by that, and maybe there's, you know, a big reason behind it that I just don't know. I'm not a GM, I'm not a coach. I'm going to keep trusting in my GM and coach, but I found that very unusual. We're going to keep this video pretty short, but just want to go over a little bit of the career of Dalvin Cook here. For, you know, the last 4 seasons, 1,000-yard rusher, 1,100 yards in each of the last 4 seasons. Including his 2020 campaign, which was a sensational one. You know, 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns to add another 44 receptions on top of that. Averaged 5 yards per carry. That's his career best. In each of the last 4 seasons, like I said, you know, this past season, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Last year, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. The 2020 campaign, 2019, 111 yards, 13 touchdowns. Career total with the Vikings, obviously, his entire career, 5,993 yards, just 7 yards short of the 6. Averaged 4.7 yards per carry. That's always kind of been a question of concern, is, you know, his effectiveness, you know, per carry. Obviously, we know the big plays, but 47 touchdowns with the Vikings. And next man up, you know. Now we look towards Alexander Mattison. We kind of expected this move when we re-signed Mattison. So it's, you know, it's not like it comes as a shock. We kind of saw this coming. And then they announced yesterday that it was going to happen. So we knew. Today it was made official. And Mattison, Kene Nwangwu, Ty Chandler, these guys are going to, you know, put in some work, I'm sure. I know Mattison, been with us for a little bit. You know, I trust that he can be a serviceable back. You know, but it's going to be a lot of pass happy offensive strategy with the Vikings. Justin Jefferson, KJ Osborne, you know, no more Adam Thielen, bringing in Jordan Addison with the draft. Very curious about that move. TJ Hawkinson, and now, you know, running with a new backfield. Like I said, nothing but love for Dalvin Cook, nothing but respect. I wish him the best wherever he ends up. Could see Miami. Could see, I saw the Jets could be in the market for him. I saw the Cowboys and the Bills. Now, the Bills would be interesting because he'd be partnered with his brother. That could be an interesting backfield. And he'd be reunited with Stephon Diggs. Not really sure, you know, what to expect, where he's going to go, but I'm going to root for the guy and wish him all the best in a successful career going forward. The Vikings made a classy statement saying we look forward to having you back as a legend. So you know, shout out to Dalvin Cook. Thank you for the memories of your time with us, and just, good luck to him. Skol to us. We're figuring our shit out. It's been a very weird and interesting offseason with a lot more to come. Danielle Hunter is one that I'm curious about. It seems like we're probably going to move him. See what kind of draft capital we can get. Maybe get a good return edge player for him. Because we got to figure that out. Obviously, top priorities are extending Hawk. JJ, he's going to get the bag. We all know that. So we look forward to training camp, and we look forward to getting closer and closer to September and getting back to ball. Expect on the podcast, we're going to probably do some way too early predictions in the next coming weeks here, and actually, be able to start putting out more football content at a, extended podcast rate, or length, I should say. So expect that coming soon. And yeah, we're getting to that point of the year where the excitement's starting to come back a little bit. We still got a little ways to go, but, summer's here. So a lot to look forward to. We will stay tuned with all the latest news. Obviously, follow me on Twitter. You can usually find me tweeting about the Vikings, keeping up to date with anything that's going on. So, expect more Zafa Talk episodes in the future when news becomes available and we see what unfolds. So, we'll see you guys on the podcast and on Zafa Talk soon. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Twitch streams if you want to just have a good time. We do talk a lot of sports on there, as well as just, fuck around and have a good time. Check out my TikTok. It's all gaming clips from my stream. It's just fun stuff. We have a good time. Would really appreciate that. So we'll see you next time, Skolgers. Have a wonderful one.